Hello and welcome back to Iran. The last time we had an interesting run, but today we're gonna do something rare and just have fun. Because the strategy I have for you today is pretty easy to pull off, very strong, and as I said, most importantly, a lot of fun. So let's just jump to the chase and say Iran, historical, and go. For our focus, last time we played Imperial Iran, which I'm still not pretty sure has been fixed yet. I'm just kind of hoping they did that. But today we are going to play on the complete other side, Democratic Iran, where we're gonna start with just the first focus. We're gonna rush it down. By the way, 35-day focus, very good. To kind of change ideology as fast as possible. Now I'm recording this on the end of April. We're currently playing the open beta for HOI4, and they added this beautiful path over here. A shared focus tree for the Cetabat pack. And oh boy, there are some really good focuses down here. And best of all, we don't need to do them. We can do some of them, but because it's a shared focus tree, only one of the nations has to do it. So yeah, today, spoiler, even before we unpause the game, we're just gonna become an industrial powerhouse as Democratic Iran very early on. Plus, we're gonna have some fun down here. But that I won't spoil. So industry, I'm just gonna start building a mill over here. That's not a mill. I'm just gonna start building a civ over here. Research-wise, I wanna have a little bit of fun with airplanes today to kind of check for myself if Space Marines are actually worse now. Because some of you actually wrote me, hey, Space Marines are a lot weaker now, just try Air Force. We're gonna do that today. And for the army, very important, I'm just gonna put them here and drill them. We need army experience. And yeah, a lot of early yapping, but to be fair, we're just gonna rush through these early focuses, so yeah, I'm just gonna do that in the background. So first focus is done. We immediately want to go down one of those two. To do that, we need to choose an HQ for the uprising, because of course, Democratic Iran can't happen without a revolution. Very cool. I'm strategically gonna choose this region over here for the sole reason that it's in the middle of everything, and we can kind of rush victory points from here. And why this is really good, you will see very soon. By the way, that's also the reason why I'm building in here, because that state we're gonna keep while a Civilwar is going on. So I'm not resetting my building queue again in a Civilwar, which I generally like to do. A little bit of skill issue from my side. And yeah, a few days have passed. The HQ is set, and we can choose one of these focuses. Honestly, it doesn't matter. We have to choose one of those two to go down to here. Over here, we can just flip states for the Civilwar, and over here, we can increase democratic support, but lose stability, I think. I gotta be honest, we're not gonna do any of that. I just want to get to the next focus, so let's do any of them. They're both 35 days. It really doesn't matter. I'm just gonna save the political power. Again, fast focus is done. We're gonna rush down the democratic focus here, basically removing all the other ideology support from rising opposition, so we're only getting democratic support now. And you know what? That sounds really good. And yeah, we also unlocked these decisions here to flip states, but we don't need to do that. It just costs political power, it costs stability, not necessary. And with that focus completed, the focus tree has kind of merged together. And I gotta say, I do know what is open beta, but I imagine that's because they added the Cetabat pact over here and that moved everything a little bit. No big problem. For us important, towards a republic. Because we're not going down a few reforms, we are going down radical reforms. We will free the Iranian people by any means necessary. And with that focus completed, let's force abdicate the current government. Meaning, we will become democratic and the non-aligned supporters will start a Civilwar, which is basically every province we didn't flip, which means we only get this one province. But trust me, that is more than enough, because we're just gonna delete our army now. And yeah, it's one of those Civilwars where you can just delete your army and no side has any army left. Great. Very important here, we farmed army experience, so the Civilwar will become even easier. Let me show you in a second why. And while we wait for this focus to pass, I'm just gonna use a moment to thank Dr. Pumper for the video idea, because he wrote me in Discord, shared me some details, and brought me to the path to play military-industrial complex Iran, which is what we're going to do today, because we're gonna have so much mills. Our industry will be cooking. The modifiers you get as this nation, if you play it right, good, very good. It might look very dire right now, because it takes forever to get like one factory, but once we get this cooking, which we just did, Civilwar did start, we're gonna have a good time. Anyways, while we can't do anything down here, I'm gonna do very cheekily now the first focus over here, basically starting the shared focus tree for all the other nations too, giving us some stability and giving every other nation the choice to join in. For the Civilwar, we're gonna use the arm experience we gained so far to build a 2 combat with horse division, the most pristine unit of them all, and build like, I would say actually, yeah, 17. Perfect, that's all we can build. And with those, we're just gonna win the Civilwar. I know it doesn't look good, but trust me, we will win easily. We also have enough political power right now to immediately jump the war economy. Yeah, we can just do that. That's why we didn't waste any political power, by the way, because we can just do that now. As a democratic nation, jumping from civilian economy to war economy victory in 1936. My opinion, pretty strong. Plus, as soon as they hit 20% over here, perfect, just win the Civilwar now. So I'm gonna spawn these in all directions so we can rush down all the victory points. One tick, so they have a little bit of organization, and now I'm just gonna split them apart and let them walk towards all the victory points that exist. Yeah, they're going into all directions now. Let's unpause. And yeah, that is the Civilwar. The great Iranian Civilwar, and that's why we started in the middle. This is so stupid, but I love it. Took us less than 34 days, by the way, because 1 day is left on the setup pack. Very cool. And with this focus done, there is a lot of other good focuses we could just immediately rush down. But I gotta be honest, I think my bigger priority is to rush down the political focuses, especially for the research slot, and economy. Because other nations will do these. Metastran's nations like Turkey or Afghanistan actively did those. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna let them do it. And oh my god, we get political power from everyone joining. That was so good. But they want me to demobilize the economy. I will never do that.
Are you sure?
As for a president, this guy over here seems pretty decent. I'm actually not sure what this guy over here does actively for us, because he just seems like a debuff. So I might think like maybe there's like a secret choice here, but what the game tells me, this guy, very good. Already in power, by the way. We're just gonna keep the same guy that did the Civilwar. Very cool. Okay, I did just notice a little problem with my plan. There's no big reason we can get war support up right now. One focus I do spot is this one over here for 5%, but that is unironically the only focus we have. Because on our side, there's a few negative modifiers we just keep. They're not horrible, but they are annoying, which is the resistance over here for less stability and war support. And we actually have good war support and stability for having these modifiers, plus Islamic traditions. So we will have a debuff in this run. Basically, we're trading a little bit of economic ability with permanent debuffs, which feels a little bit stupid that there's no way to get rid of that. But this path is still a lot of fun, so I'm kind of willing to trade that. It does mean that I might need to waste 50 political power because we can't get over 50. And the strike modifiers they're not good for our industry. What I will do right now, though, is 100% get the silent workhorse for more political power. That is really good. And yeah, I'm gonna go down to partial again. It feels stupid. I kind of hate to do this, but yeah, the negative modifier is really, really bad. But what we can do right now, after continued westernization and getting a little bit of civilian factories, is to establish the Terran University for a very good research slot. I'm gonna take that because we are kind of starved in the research department. I did research up-to-date airplane technology right now, only really missing the CAS bombs, but I also want to go down industry a little bit because we are really starving here too. We'll also take our army of horses now and turn them into normal infantry. So later in the game, we actually have an army because I actually don't want to fight with those horses. And with the research slot in our hand, I'm going to immediately go down entice foreign investment for another amazing modifier towards research and construction speed. Very nice. And basically more than countering this negative modifier over here. We're going to 100% research more construction over here because we really need construction. It is so expensive for construction one. Oh my god. We need more modifiers here. But I have an idea for that. You go into bombs for now. How about we jump to free trade? Jokes aside, we have to import all the resources anyways. We have very little amount of actual resources, so exporting to the allies might be very profitable. And with that focus done for now, I would say we can chill a little bit on this side of the focus tree and kind of take care of our industrial focuses. 25 days, modernizing Iran, giving us construction speed, production efficiency, factory output, and less interesting but still good infrastructure construction speed. Let's go. Not gonna lie, very good permanent construction modifiers here. Plus what I also want to go down is here, because no one really does them yet, and this modifier over here seems pretty good, especially if we start building mills. 10%, that's actually really, really good. I'm also going to get myself a ground support expert, because I do want to start working on that air force very slowly. And because we have some political power left, I'm going to get myself the democratic reformer, because we do have very little democratic support, and it does kind of hurt our stability. So getting that up long term could give us even more positive modifiers that I really want. So yeah, let's get them. I mean, the popular figurehead could have been better, but I think long term, we need a little bit more democracy, okay? I'm just coping with roleplay. Be quiet. He would have been better. I don't want to hear it in the comments. I also can do raids. It could actually also be very nice. And also very important, don't forget to research the train. Yeah, we kind of need that. Could buy it via international market, but long term, we are a bigger nation. We need the trade. Yeah, would you look at that? Afghanistan does a very good focus, basically improving everyone's production efficiency cap and production efficiency growth within the setup pack. And right after that, start doing this very long focus over here, meaning that I can get some of the better modifiers down the line, especially if they do the next one here, which I also don't need, because with this focus over here, the person who does it gets the better modifier, and here it really doesn't matter. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for this one. But on the side, I did those two industrial focuses over here, here. Now going to do the third one over here for a good amount of civilian factories, which allow me to build even more civilian factories on quite the speed already. And very soon, I think actually right after, we will start building military factories. We do need them. And also the popular figurehead. I thought about the captain of industry too, but I think this guy's better modifiers, because this modifier is only for civilian factories and we're about to stop building them, while stability is for less consumer goods factory factor and factory output. So double good for everything. Yeah, he wins. And with those factories in our bag, I will continue going down here and kind of start the more interesting part of our focus tree. And with that focus done, we have two choices now. Either we nationalize our oil fields and basically go on a very aggressive stance versus the allies, or we join the allies and kind of use their power in the region to grow ourselves. And because today is about having fun and not just dread and suffering like the last video, I'll allow it myself. Having fun and using the allies to just get a good amount of cores, because down here we do get cores, and industrialize like crazy. And it did improve relations with Britain a little bit, so I'm just gonna risk it right now and request membership, of course, to become a strong democratic nation that just wants to protect its own interests. No expansionism in mind, of course, only stability and security for the newborn Republic of Iran. Oh, and the allies let us in. Very good. Welcome to the allies. Now, I gotta be honest, we could just use this new shared focus tree and get even more good modifiers, but knowing historical is historical, and the British will very soon go into Iraq, and I can core Iraq, I might just want to secure Iraq right now, because if I'm in the allies and they guarantee them, they will not join the war, because I'm in their faction. Yeah, let's do that. Our army is still very bare bones, but I think actually we can do a lot of good, especially with us getting a lot of mills. And if we need more mills, I didn't do any of the military focuses yet, which just spawn in more mills. That sounds pretty good. Our military tech is a little bit behind though, so maybe I should work on that. I did just really focus Air Force and industry. But yeah, that focus is done. I would say military focus, let's go. Airplane construction seems like a good idea. And I hope that the allies will actually just send us guns, because that would be amazing. Imagine they do that. Just getting free guns for a war we started. We do lose all of the setback modifiers, which is kind of sad, because they are pretty decent. But I was a bit unlucky because no one really chose these focuses. So yeah, I'm not going to invest more time into that. Goodbye, Iraq. I like how the British have tanks in there because to give them military access. Yeah, at the same time, they have to protect the entire border with them. So I guess good for me. Okay, I don't know how I did it, but I just encircled Baghdad and they're going crazy and left Baghdad. So that is good. It just got into the capital city. Very nice. Might just try this encirclement over here, plus reinforcing that over here with a last stand possibly. Yeah, that encirclement is gone. Very good. My army is not in a good state, but with kind of outgunning them, raw brute force does work. They don't have enough troops anymore to border everything, so abusing the AI not being able to always handle that is my main goal right now. And to be fair, it works quite well at the moment. They really despise being encircled. And while this war is going on, I'm just gonna cheekily industrialize my nation even more and kickstart the White Revolution for a civilian factory and a good modifier for construction. We lose stability, which is kind of bad, but after this war, we should have good stability. And I think there's some other ways where I can kind of fix stability a little bit. To be fair, we have a lot of political power, so some war support might also be good. Sadly, we can't go down war economy anymore. This would have been really nice. And yeah, war is over. Beautiful. Gonna take everything, and that's that. And they don't kick me out of the allies. Beautiful. Because I did like 4.4 world tension. That's actually not a lot. That's pretty good. I thought I did more, but nope, I didn't. We also have, as a democratic nation, the best occupation law, local autonomy, and I'm just gonna use my horrible CAF unit to take care of that. Actually, the other CAF unit is better, so I'm actually gonna use the normal one. Our air force is also very slowly building because we have no real mills yet, and oh, we actually need a lot of resources. We only really have oil, and no one, I mean, France buys a little bit, but the allies don't love me enough yet. Very sad. And I gotta say, I didn't see that, but this focus is amazing. We get cores on all of these states, and I thought we need to own them all, but no, you only need to own one of them. That is so much better than all the other focuses where you need to own all focuses. Like, this is still kind of broken because you can core everything with just owning one focus, but it is way better than the other system where you just don't have one province and can't core anything because of it. Because cores are useless to me anyways until I own it. I mean, it will make taking over Afghanistan a lot easier if you already core it, but man, this is just nice. I'll take the treat. Very good run today. 10 out of 10. Fun focus. Realistic? No. Fun? Yes. And yeah, with that focus done, I would say we just secure Afghanistan now. That seems quite important. I will build an airfield over here because we do have an air force. We should use it. And yeah, this is good now. Actually, very, very good. Our mill rebels are growing. But don't forget, we are democratic. So we're the good guys, obviously, right? So that focus is done. I'm just gonna rush down because we will probably need it supply-wise. These two focuses here to get a supply up next to Afghanistan. Getting a supply up over here, or I actually think this one, will be very important. But yeah, let's go into Afghanistan. My revenge for last video. And let's try to take as much as we can. The good news is we do have complete air dominance, so this should actually just be a very good conquest. And if they actually already build a few supply hubs in the region, this will get easier. No, they didn't. Oh, that is so good. We get the allied supply hubs over here. Oh, that's actually beautiful. This will make this war so much easier. Oh my god. We'll just get the Pakistani supply. This is so good. In the background, by the way, I did change my template to a 15 with 6-1. Not good, but yeah, after the dreadful war in Iraq, where I just worked with, I think, 18 with pure infantry, and knowing I had a good stockpile of artillery, this just feels way better. Okay, this war over here has started, and I don't want Afghanistan to join the Axis, so I'm just not gonna join it war until I'm done over here. And I would say, generally speaking, if I do this strategically well, they are very dead very soon. But I need to be more precise with my attacks and go along more of the supply line here, because I did a big push over here, and that was just supply-wise really bad. Could actually get the rest of my army over here, push down there. The war is a little bit stuck. Time didn't really pass yet, but I wanted to announce that we are abolishing feudalism now. Very good modifier to get rid of. Plus, we can get this very nice industrial concern for fast industrial research speed, which is very useful, and less consumer goods factory factor. Very good. Plus, I'm gonna invest right now into a supply hub and do it via the plus 300% construction speed. So this should be done very soon. Yeah, in like a bit more than a month for a supply hub, kind of huge. So the supply hub is built, and we have so good supplies. I would say literally just let's push. And I think with our air supremacy, this should literally just be it. So industry-wise, we're starting to look very good. There's some focuses we could do and that are really nice, but we don't need them right now. I would rather just go down here and get my final research slot. So let's do that. Even give some stability, so that is nice. Right, yeah, Afghanistan is just pure suffering, by the way. I'm not even gonna lie. Trading them down with Air Force and with everything I have, but man, this is something else. Oh my god, we're so close to going into Kabul. No, please. I'm so slow. I'm just gonna pin them. I don't care. Here, pin this. Yeah, we got in. Let's go. Hold. Oh, and we're done. Let's go. This was absolutely horrible. This is actually horrible, but we got it. Bam. Afghanistan capitulated. Also getting a lot of the industry now, and manpower-wise, this is actually not too drastic because we have a lot more things we can do now. But for now, let's just recover a little bit because I'm sure I still have to fight the Soviet Union very soon. But this does allow me to upgrade my air force, so I'm gonna do that. But what I will join is the Second World War, because we want to be the good guys this time around and use our power for some good. I mean, we might have conquered our neighbors, okay? But it was for the sake of democratization. This was 100% legit. They can vote now, so it's fine, right? Our economy, by the way, is crazy. The UK is buying so much oil from me. That's generally amazing. And I'm looking at 42 civs now and nearly 30 mils, which as Iran in mid-40 is pretty decent. And I didn't really had to conquer any nations. I just thought it would be fun to take out Afghanistan and take out Iraq. I think my industry wouldn't have been that much worse if I didn't conquer them, because then I could have just built more civs for longer, which would mean I would have more potential mills now, or at least in a little bit. But not gonna lie, I had fun doing that, so I did it. And long term, the manpower and the industry here will be very good. I think I'm already doing God's work over here, encircling a lot of Italian divisions that were about to take the airport. So you're welcome, UK. Bro, that was actually really good. Oh my god, I actually have a big air force now, so this feels very satisfying. Looking at over 500 planes here. Yeah, they are just cooked now. Encircle everything. I just noticed I can take these focuses over here, which are very good, because they're not even for core provinces. They're just against major nations. It's really good. You know what? Why not? And yep, definitely cook the Italians out of Africa. Yeah, I'm not gonna recover from that. It's just too much air force of mine up here. It is actually really good. Yep, that's the Axis gone from here. And of course, we're getting peak Italy, losing in Africa, immediately going into Greece. Genius. That is just an amazing idea. And I also completely forgot we can go back to war economy. We 100% should do that. That together with price stabilization should give me a really fast building speed. Yeah, we're building a mill now in a month. That's pretty good. And I do think the time has come to finally take our own oil companies into our own hands, because we're already making good bank on our oil, even though it's very fluctuating, because in 1 second the British buy like 80 oil and then they buy like 8. But overall, we're getting a lot of civs from that. And I'm gonna be honest, oil is gonna be more and more important throughout the war, so I'm gonna get that. Yeah, how much the British buy is really crazy. It's 104 now, 136. I can't give you a real number. It's fluctuating so fast, but it's a lot, okay? The oil business is doing very well for our economy if you look at this. It is nice, as long as they're buying. On the other hand, I did just research naval invasions, because why not just take ourselves a little bit of Italy? It would generally be fun if we could take our Italy for ourselves. So I'm gonna try that. I think we generally have so much mills right now that I'm just gonna expand a little bit of my infrastructure so I can get more oil out of our nation. Plus, crazily, maybe a little bit of civilian economy, because if they ever stop buying, we rather want to have some of that civ factories invested. Yes, I'm genuinely in HOI4 diversifying my portfolio, okay? And you can't stop me. The day will come where this war ends, and you're gonna be happy that I built civilian factories in Iran, so we still have an industry after this war. You're welcome. So, this focus is done, removing our last bad modifier that we can remove. So we just have a stability and war support debuff, plus research and political advisors, but we don't need new political advisors. Plus, we have a lot of positive research modifiers that very much equal that out, which allows us to just declare ourselves the oil baron for a very good modifier, especially the factory output. But the other twos, very uniquely, might be also very good, because we do basically control the biggest oil fields in the region, like 92 oil in this one province. That is very close to Azerbaijan, which is, I think, one of the biggest oil fields in this region. I mean, of course, you always have like the US with Texas, but that's a different league, okay? That's a different league of oil production. For our region, this is pretty good. I think if you go into excavation research, we can develop even more oil, which I don't think we need to, because no one is gonna buy that much oil, but maybe we can dream. For now, let's just become the oil baron, because sounds base. Really does sound base, not gonna lie. On the side, the Soviet war has started, and I did notice because I joined the Allies, I never got backstabbed. That's the main reason why I kept some troops here, just in case they would try, but they just didn't. But I could just justify on the Soviet Union on my own and try to get them into World War III later. So let's see about that. We might be able to get a real oil monopoly if I start doing that, but I'm also not sure if I want to like strengthen Germany along the way. That also sounds kind of stupid. What I want to do though is land in Italy. So let's try that. But yeah, this might be very easy. They have no troops over here. Why do you have no troops over here, Italy? What is this? I love the AI. I have like no other words than this. Yeah, I wonder why Italy lost. This is generally crazy. How could this ever happen? I don't know. Jokes aside, it's just going way too well. The only thing that kind of stopped me now, and I actually mean not really, is the Germans sending down like a few amount of tanks, like a little. But I still have like pure air dominance. I'm just dominating them. And I'm like hours away to be in Rome. There's nothing in Rome. Rome is just empty. Isn't the Italian AI just great? Don't we love it? Anyways, we became the oil baron. Very cool. How about we do food for area Iranian? Very nice. They brought so many units down here now. It's generally crazy. They still can't stop me because of like total air dominance. It's just giving me free war score, which I gladly take. I'm only at 6%. Now 7. Thank you, Germany. Thank you for the war score. I can also finally choose a doctrine. So, you know, grand battle plan. And if you ask yourself why I haven't chosen a doctrine yet, because I have no chief of army. I just don't have one. And my field marshal is just not good enough yet to be upgraded. He needs to be level 4, which he isn't. But he's getting there now, obviously. Oh my god, Finland actually became communist. They lost really hard this time around. I think the allies might be happy to have me on their side, because this is gonna be a strong Eastern bloc. And I'm very much weakening them over here. Like, look at the equipment. I'm just struggling with supply because I don't have any convoys. So I might have just started building a little bit on dockyard so I can generally build that. But besides that, I'm doing generally amazing. Equipment-wise, I'm fine. I did just build a few more new units to have something here. And my Air Force is still very much in control of everything. Not gonna lie, these two planes here carry me through most of my playthroughs. And they're generally really good. And you know what? I just spotted that you can save them to a file now. So you know what? I'm gonna add this over here and then save this. Choose an existing folder. CAS. Fighter. You can now make your own designs and save them. That's so cool. I didn't know that. Did it exist before? Is it new or is it like pre-patch stuff? Generally cool. I like that. Quality of life in HOI4, especially if you do it for a living, but you always have to do the same plane designs. Yeah, it's kind of useful. And yes, I'm at the point where I'm going down naval focuses because I'm kind of done over here. This is not as interesting over here. I don't really need supply ups in my own region. I could get the bonuses over here, but I mean, that research bonus is nice. I'm actually gonna get that. But besides this, I'm basically done, meaning I can just bolster my army, bolster my air force, and bolster my navy, which in my opinion is actually quite a fast industrial and political focuses, which I don't mean in a bad way. I'm positively surprised I have time for the other focuses. So yeah, I'm fine, and my industry is cooking. I'm selling so much oil. This is generally fine. Very soon I will start building some civs. Goodbye mills. I don't need you anymore. And the US just joined. Oh, please don't steal all of my oil trade. They stole some of my oil trade. I will never forgive you, Joe Biden. You ruined my great nation of Iran. Why again? Oh no, the Soviets are influencing our politics. It's literally the precursor event to being backstabbed in a war. I might actually speed Italy up more than I wanted to. Okay, I'm gonna start with just banning communism because that should... Oh, I actually didn't remove the national spirit. Anyways, it should work against the national spirit, so that is good. On the other hand, I might just actually work with the allied landing over here to get that done. Because we have like total air supremacy, so I might actually be able to even push in all directions. Let's see. But jokes aside, I need to push now. Mussolini is gone. So yeah, we might be actually cooking in Italy very, very soon. Oh, the cast though is so good. Civilwar. Who's Italy? Yeah, let's go. Iranian Italy. That is good. Transfer the territory. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I have to leave here very soon. But yeah, getting so much free territory. Yeah, pressure from the Soviet Union. We have to go home. We have to go home. We have to go home. How much days? 13 days. This is not good. This is not good. So I did build some units in the background. That was a good idea because they did actually bolster now. Because if you didn't know, the Soviet influencing your politics is always a very good sign that they will attack you very soon. So that's why I immediately prepared after seeing that event. And you're gonna let them come. All my units are not here yet, but I think enough that together with allied forces, we should be able to fight this off for a little bit, especially if I bring my air force home. Which reminds me that I barely have any airports at home. Oh, I might have to invest into that. On a good note, it's a defensive force, so I'm allowed to keep the land and not feel bad about it. Best kind of force. Bro, our leaders are becoming so good though. We've adaptable over here. This guy, actually, yeah, this guy's new. Our field marshal just became a logistical wizard. Plus, we can finally take a chief of army. Very good. And here we go. So unit declared war against me. It is once again a defensive war, and I can probably just destroy them now because they don't have a lot of units here. The Germans are currently just killing them, and my job in Italy is basically done. I got the puppet, so what do I need more? The Allies will definitely win this. I guess goodbye Soviet Union. Quite a big war for me, but I don't care. I'll do it. I want your oil. Go to Baku immediately. Pick up my oil. I don't know why, but when I request land leases, I don't see what I get until I actually like check over here. Might be something you need to look into, Paradox. If this is a new feature, it is confusing. But yeah, so far, no broken focuses. I'm having a blast playing this. I mean, maybe I just played a really hard focus for the first time, but not gonna lie, so far, the Democratic Iran military industrial complex is a lot of fun. I'm very much behind in equipment, it might look like, but I'm building a lot of empty units. I'm just asking a lot of my allies to give me stuff. And to be fair, if I want to fight the Soviet Union, I do have the manpower, don't get me wrong, but I do need more men. Not gonna lie, I was so focused on micromanaging the Soviet Union, I didn't look at Germany, and yeah, they're not doing good. I don't know what's going on, but Germany's like kinda weak with the latest patch. 1942, and the Soviets are literally next to Berlin. This is, I mean, it's end 1942 to be fair, but I did feel like I weakened them at least a little bit over here, with them losing 338 men to me, which is not a lot. I mean, for the Soviet Union, that's not a lot, but I thought it might at least boost the Germans a little bit. Nope. I mean, they do be weakened through Italy, but it shouldn't be this brutal that they fall apart so early. If Germany capitulates this early, I'm just gonna call in the allies to help me with this, because I don't need everything. I just want a little bit of land. This is a defensive war. I didn't ask for this. I thought about doing it myself, okay? But I didn't ask for this, okay? I'm the good guy. Anyways, let's try a push. I do got like green air everywhere. And let's go. A little encirclement over here. It should go a long way if we can actually close it, which we definitely can. Very good. Yeah, it is kind of funny that the Soviet Union overall is just pushing very heavy. Actually, they lost again. What? I was about to say, it's kind of crazy that the Soviet Union is just winning against Germany because they were literally next to Berlin. And I'm pushing them now. But nope, I guess Germany had a little bit of a comeback. Might have been the German winter defense. Reverse Moscow moment. I don't know what's going on. Okay, my front line is going very well. At the same time, I just saw the allies to Paris. So, not gonna lie, for 1943, pretty good game. I'm just having a blast finally consolidating my gains in the Soviet Union. And oh my god, I was just very equipment starved. And because I have no convoys, I just can't steal any equipment from anyone. At least, you know, Turkey is giving me some equipment. Actually, a lot. But besides that, I generally just need more mills, which ironically I can't do because I don't have enough convoys to import all the steel. So I'm just, I guess, localizing the rubber production so at least I can stop buying that. And so far, these measures worked very well. I would say let's encircle that and then continue push forward to Stalingrad. Literally just push forward to Stalingrad because I have a feeling there's like no Soviet unit there right now. Yeah, encirclement is done. Those units really, really quick need to go where they need to be and support that because we actually took Stalingrad. There was generally no one there. You know what? The allies are doing such a good job right now. I think I'm just going to invite them to this little party. So Soviets, it's going to be a bit harder for you now to get your land back. And I'm doing this because we are about to win against the Axis. And I've collected so much war participation in the Soviet Union. I'm just going to take the easy way out of this. So the allies are literally next to Berlin now. The Soviets have a little bit of a comeback, at least on the eastern front. And they're getting really aggressive on my front too. So I really don't feel bad about calling in the allies, because this would have been like pretty harsh on me. They outproduced me in a lot of capacities. It's like 37 civs versus 200. But to be fair, I'm building right now a lot inside of Italy just for keeping down their autonomy, because it got really high and I'm kind of really starting to fight against that. So my industry might seem a little bit weaker than it actually is. Once I reduce the autonomy of Italy, I will get so much mills, but it will take me a bit longer to actually achieve that. You know what? I'm gonna go from resistance, which I did so far, to suppress subjects to get less autonomy in them. And there you go, fall of Berlin. How close is Germany to capitulate? Actually not very close. Oh, the USA is about to take down Japan. That's gonna be useful because it will focus their entire attention to my other problems once they're done. So that war being over in a second, pretty good. There's Japan gone, very good. But yeah, I'm sending a small expedition down here to kind of finish off Germany so we can concentrate on the other big enemy we have right now. And I think that should be quite doable. I'm pretty sure we just need Vienna, which is a little bit harsh because of the mountains, but I did just gave my allies good supply ups over here, so this should be very doable. And if you can get Salzburg, this might be even easier, but we shall see. Okay, we got Innsbruck. That is genuinely huge. A mountain supply up plus an encirclement through that. And I did just notice that Salzburg is open, so with some strategic pins over here, we might get it. But our supply is really bad because taking a supply up doesn't immediately, you know, give you any supply. It does take a few days. Still though, got it. Very good. Can we just walk to Vienna? That would be funny. Why the Soviets already here? Oh my god, they just walked through Czechia. Bruh. Okay, I might not be the reason the Germans capitulate, but I did very much help. Oh my god, I took Vienna. Come on. Wait, did Germany capitulated? Who's missing? Hungary. Okay. I got no notification that Germany capitulated, by the way. The game thought not to inform me about this development. So I just pushed into Vienna for actually a good reason. I need it for Hungary. It is in the right direction, to be fair. And we did take it before the Soviets could, so you're welcome, Vienna. Welcome to the good guys. Don't question it. And yeah, also, I'm in Budapest. This is going really good. These are not good units. I genuinely just felt like the AI prioritized the wrong provinces to push. So I wanted to prove that by just taking a very small army over here that is literally just 15 with. There's nothing special about my units. And yeah, I'm just walking around the enemy, push when it is annoying, kind of proving my point, not gonna lie. And yeah, war is over. I'm just gonna take Italian land and that's basically it. Yeah, peace treaty is over. We have Iranian Italy now, which is absolutely not cursed. The front lines are looking kind of mixed. There's a pretty big Soviet-occupied zone, but I imagine very soon they will be liberated. I, for myself, took parts of Austria to kind of stop the bringer of world wars and kind of put him under my wing to stop him. There is a counter movement in Burgenland, always being very communist. I'm very surprised looking at you, Stalingrad, while back is also part Soviet Austria. Okay, anyways, let's just finish this war and then be done. Soviet Austria already capitulated to my Austria. Very good. Steiermark and Kärnten are doomed to be in the UK. I'm so sorry. You will not have good healthcare. Yeah, not gonna lie. Push going very well. I think we are through with this very soon. And I have 32% war participation. I did lose a lot over this, but I'm not complaining. And of course, communist China had to join the Comintern and declare war on China. That's tradition. But I guess it's good because now China fight. Oh, by the way, Chile landed over here. They should make capitulating the Soviet Union a lot easier. But yeah, I took Moscow and the Soviets are now in war with China. So I think overall, we should have this very soon. Oh, the US is actually also next to Leningrad. So yeah, very, very soon this is over. I think we won because the game is lagging. Okay, best indicator. I love it. So peace treaty is over. We immediately in the next war. What is this? Let's just pretend that the allies were intelligent enough to take this province after they fought me a very long time for it. And my project over here is over. I got myself a very good chunk out of Russia, not gonna lie. And I think I made my Iranian viewers very proud. I also think that I finished all the wars and there still be a communist puppet Germany and a Mongolia. That's stupid. There's even communist China. AI peace treaties, a topic for another day. Anyways, this was my division plus MP. Our economy is not as big, but to be fair, I didn't get to reduce autonomy in Italy yet, and getting 75% of those mills would have increased my mills by quite a bit. But anyways, my supporters, I very much appreciate you. Until next time, bye.